Welcome back to my channel, Maria Kafetzis, luxury real estate broker with 𝒞𝐿𝐻𝑀𝒮 Real Estate. And today I want to speak to you a little bit about how do you select your agent. For sellers mostly, and also for buyers, this is pretty much similar advice. And I would start off, do you like that person? So the number one thing is really calling them, having a conversation with them. If they were referred by someone or if a family member used them, call them, have a conversation with them. See how the first 5 minutes of the convo go. Do you like each other? Do you get along? Do they let you speak? These are all important things that you want to make sure of, because you're going to, in essence, be stuck with them for 6 months to a year until you sell your house, depending on how long your contract is for. So liking them and them liking you, if you get a feeling that the person doesn't like you or isn't thrilled about speaking with you, then you should move on. Mostly by referral is the best place to find your agent. So someone who is a family member or friend that says, hey, I used this amazing agent and she sold my house in less than a month, or she did an amazing job selling my house in our contract term, got me an amazing price, was very diligent, was very communicative, absolutely love this person. That's a great referral, because now you have past experience that you can base on. Wow, well, this person, has this to say, this must be good. And also it kind of holds the agent accountable. When we're referred by someone, we want to do that extra step of goodness, because you want that person to be happy with the referral, and you want them to say, oh my God, Timmy, thank God you sent me this girl. She's amazing. She did an amazing job selling my home. So that's what we thrive for, as agents. And by referral is really the best place to start, because, at least that they've done quality work. Someone you've used in the past, was the listing broker somebody you really loved, meanwhile you had another agent and maybe didn't have an opportunity to work with them, give them a call. Was the agent that sold you the house 12 years ago, are they still in the business, and were they great, and were they honest, and did they work with integrity? Give them a call. Don't forget about the people that had helped you in the past, because that is truly, your own referral to yourself. Like I said, do you like them and do they like you? When you speak to them, do they listen to you? The number one thing that I have trained myself to do, which was not easy, and it took some, real training to do, is to allow people to tell me what they want. It's so easy to, like I call it, zip the lip, and really listen to your client. When I listen to you guys speak, I pretty much am able to deliver almost everything that you ask me for, because I really, really listen. And sometimes I'll say something to a client, I say, yeah, but you said this, and they're like, oh my God, I totally forgot. When did I tell you that, But I do truly listen, and I truly, truly try to keep in mind everything that my client says. Now, through my 20 years of experience, has there been a time when a client said, I absolutely will not do this, and I absolutely don't want that, and then they bought the exact thing that they said they wouldn't ever want to look at? Yes, it's happened, and it's shocking, but it does happen. But try to listen to, me trying to listen to you is the most important thing. So do they listen to you? Are they enthusiastic about what they do? Are they super excited to speak to you about your home, about the sale of your home, how they're going to approach it, how they're going to advertise it? Do they already have a strategy before you even agree to work with them? This is what you want from your agent. You want excitement. You want, even just me speaking to you about it, you can hear the excitement in my voice. You can see the excitement in my physique. And that's what it's all about, because that's the same excitement that they're going to portray to a buyer. That's going to get the buyer to say, oh my God, I love this home. I think that, probably 20% of the homes I sold, I didn't really sell because they really loved the home. They really loved dealing with me, and they loved the transactional way that I work, because I work honestly, I work, with integrity. And whether I'm the listing agent and another buyer comes directly to me, which happens often, I sell my own listings very often, and it's because of my advertising. People do walk through my doors. So when I have a buyer, I do everything right by them as if I'm their buyer broker. In Florida, we're transactional brokers, so you don't even represent either party unless they specifically sign an agreement with you representing them. But in New York, we have to pick a side. Either we represent the seller or we represent the buyer. In all my seller listing agreements, I indicate that there may be some kind of dual agency representation at some point. Naturally, if I'm the listing agent, I will always represent, and this will be another video, I have to save some content, but I will always represent the homeowner first, but I will always do the right thing by the buyer. I will not trick the buyer. I will not try to be underhanded to the buyer. It's just not worth it. That buyer is going to be my homeowner one day, so I want them to love me and come back to me, and you know, always perform everything in true honesty. Another thing that you may want to think about is, did they bring materials with them? Did they take the time to do comparable market analysis for you? Did they bring you other homes that have sold, not just, you know, what they want to show you because they want to tell you that your home is worth $50,000 less, but do your own homework and get your own comparables, and do a couple of listing appointments if you're unsure, and compare the reports, because you will see that different agents pick different listings. Me personally, when I go to a listing appointment, I pick the highest listings that come within that comparable property. So if you have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, you know, colonial, I'm not going to compare it to a 3-bedroom, 1.5-bath ranch, you know, because I want you to drop the price and price it less. A lot of agents, I've seen some comparative market analysis report that homeowners have shown me, you know, when I was at their home and what they've received, and I'm like, that is totally inaccurate. You know, the comps that I sent you are comparable to your house. The comps that you received are not really comparable to your house. They're, you know, lesser in value for whatever reason. So a lot of agents try to get the listings priced low so they can sell them quickly. So just do your own homework and make sure. If you catch an agent doing that from day one, or an agent giving you comps that are astronomical in comparison to your house, like if your house is worth $600,000 but they bring you comps for $750,000 and you know there's no way your house is worth $750,000, that agent is trying to get you to sign a listing agreement, and they're going to probably present you with a price drop within, you know, the first 2 weeks of that listing agreement. So be aware of all these things as a homeowner in selecting your agent. So the material that they brought, besides the comparative market analysis and the report on other sales, did they also bring you materials on what they do, on where they advertise, on any credentials that they, you know, any awards they've won? Those are all things that are important in our portfolio to present to our clients. I used to give out a resume until one of my clients said to me, I'm not looking to hire you for my company. I just want you to sell my house. So I stopped including my resume, but I do always tell people, hey, I can give you my resume, no problem, because I have an extensive history of law and real estate, and I felt that it was important, especially in my beginning years. That was my first 5 years in the business, but I stopped doing that after a while. But you know, it's important to really go above and beyond to show the seller why they should use you. I mean, you know, in Miami alone, there's 32,000 agents. I could really stand out of that crowd because of what I do and how different of an approach I have. Same thing in New York. You know, Long Island alone, I think we're up to like 45,000 agents. It's ridiculous. I could totally stand out in that crowd if, you know, I had to go against 15 or 100 listing appointments with other agents. I think I would win probably 80% of those. So you know, those are the things that, you know, you want your agent to be prepared. Also, what is their marketing plan for you? What do they plan on doing with your property once it goes on MLS? Because a lot of people just plan on sticking it on MLS and that's pretty much it. It's not that easy. It never was that easy, actually, guys. So there's got to be a ton of advertising done. We used to do a ton of paper advertising, newspaper advertising, magazine advertising. They're not really as efficient anymore and effective. So what I've noticed is I'll spend $3,000 on a, you know, luxury home marketing in a magazine, and I get more hits from a $400 online featured ad than I do from the print ad. So that's a big thing. So when your agent tells you, listen, print doesn't work, trust them. They're not being cheap. They actually know what they're talking about most of the time. Do they answer your questions before you ask them? I always tell homeowners when I go on my listing appointment, I'm going to give you a full presentation. I'm going to tell you everything that I do. I'm going to tell you everything that I think your home is worth. I'm going to tell you everything that I think that you may need to do to your home to get it to this value. But I also, you know, want to hear all your questions that you have afterwards. And when I get to the finished of my listing presentation, I say, so I'd love to answer any questions that I didn't cover. And they say, you covered more questions than I can possibly ever think of answering, of needing answers for. And that's because, I take the time to think what their situation is, because I ask a lot of questions, and I don't do that to be nosy. I do that to be able to come up with a strategy to be able to help each client individually, separately, and exclusively, because every client has a different situation. Everyone has different personalities in their home, and everybody needs to be treated completely different than the other person. So, that's pretty much it. Are they personable? Do they get along with others? So if you are working with someone and they criticize other people, or they are speaking negative of, another realtor, or if they say, oh, that person, well, we're not allowed to do that in our profession. So they're already breaking ethics rules before you even start. So you want an ethical agent. You want an agent that doesn't care what the world is doing. They care what's going on in their business, with their listings, with their buyers, with their people. So that's a very, very important thing when you're finding the right agent. So also, are they responsive to text messages? A lot of agents say, well, I don't text, you have to call me. We don't have time to call nowadays. I mean, I cannot tell you, I have 2 phones, me personally, and I text from both phones at the same time, probably 60% of my day. Especially now being home with the coronavirus for the last, couple of months. It has been Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting, webinar after webinar. I am constantly on the phones. I am constantly in meetings. It's very hard to split my time. And I'm one of those people that doesn't pick up the phone. If I'm on a call, you get my exclusive and direct attention the entire conversation. Unless it's like an emergency going on and I need to take a call, I really never typically pick up a call. So a lot of times when you call me, I might miss your call and I will call you back. Always text message me. But anyway, that's the most important thing. Do they return text? Are they responsive to emails? Do they check their emails? Do they have a web presence? Are they personable? Are they funny? Actually, that's part of being personable. They have to have a personality. If your agent is dull, I mean, I've walked in with buyers at open houses and, the agents just stand there looking at me and they're almost scary looking. Say something, be personable. So, you have to have that personality, because personality really takes you a long way. And that's pretty much it. So if you are a buyer and you are looking for the right agent, or if you are a seller and you're looking for the right marketing package, you're looking for the right agent, and hopefully you love my personality, please call me. I would love to represent you. I would love to represent you whether you're a buyer or seller or both, whether you're upsizing or downsizing, it doesn't matter. Whether you're relocating to Southeast Florida, I can help you in both locations. So please do give me a call. As soon as you have made a decision to move forward, my telephone numbers are 516-885-2525 or 305-773-5994. You can also email me at rightrealtor4you@gmail.com. That's RIGHTREALTOR, the number 4, the letter U @gmail.com. And please, with the same spelling, you can follow me on Instagram at rightrealtor4you, or on Facebook at facebook.com/rightrealtor4you. And of course, here on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe below and follow me on the social media. And you can see what I do for my sellers and buyers. I look forward to working with you and hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.